Welcome to the Happiness Jungle TV show. I am your guest host, CamiBaker.com. And on today's show, I'm going to get really clear about what is purpose leveraged marketing. What are these purpose leveraged marketing campaigns, CamiBaker.com? I have the question asked all the time. So let's talk about what they are and what they aren't. There are 7 specific reasons and results and goals that you as an entrepreneur, a full company, an office, an association can gain from doing a purpose leverage marketing campaign. So when we can partner our purpose and passion with our profession and make money while we make a difference, and we leverage that in our marketing and our PR, there are 7 things that come from that. So number 1, ideal clients. How would you like to get in front of the ideal clients? Not just random people, but actually get really clear on who your ideal client is and get in front of them. Number 2 is recruiting. When we can recruit other staff or teammates in network marketing or other real estate agents or mortgage people, recruiting is a top priority when we're doing purpose leverage marketing. Number 3 is when we are looking to up our social media engagement, getting people really engaged with our social media. When we're talking about what we're doing versus what we do, our social media campaigns can be a lot more fun. Number 4, let's talk about leveraging our time. Networking itself is random activity. And in my book, Mingle to Millions, The Art and Science of Building Business Relationships and Mastering Referrals, I talk about how networking itself is random activity. When we want to actually leverage our time and meet the ideal clients right where they're at, that's a much better use of our time. So purpose leverage marketing helps us to get in front of those ideal clients. Let's also talk about number 5, which is being seen as the expert. If you're in a competitive market like real estate or mortgage or insurance or financial services or network marketing or coaching, anything that's really a competitive market, imagine having a unique sales proposition and being able to come across as the expert. Number 6 is doing the right thing. Just doing the right thing in general. Social responsibility isn't just the right thing to do. It's the necessary thing to do in business these days. And there's a lot of reasons for that too. And number 7, and these aren't in any specific order, it's just the way that I remember them. Number 7 is having total confidence. When we walk into a networking event or walk into a conversation from LinkedIn or make a post or do a Facebook Live, when we can have a lot of confidence as opposed to being worried about what's my 30-second elevator pitch going to be or what do I say when they ask me what I do. Having confidence and being able to own your space is one of the main reasons why companies and organizations hire me to come in and help them and their team and their people. Because a lot of the times when we are doing random activity, it's just not efficient and effective. So those are the 7 results that come from doing a purpose leverage marketing campaign. There are 3 different groups of people that we can specifically get more engaged with, building the resources and the relationships and the revenue that rock. And these 3 different groups, which I'll talk about now, all come from the blueprint of the purpose leverage marketing campaign. So the blueprint has 5 P's. Number 1 is purpose. What is your purpose? What's your purpose? What is your goal? Which of those 7 things are you wanting? Are you wanting to recruit more? Do you want to have more engagement on social media? Do you want to get in front of the ideal clients? Are you wanting to have more confidence and have your staff have more confidence? So what is your purpose? And also, what is the purpose that you want to get behind? Do you want to help the puppies or the kids or the veterans or the homeless or, the elderly? Like whatever it is that you're passionate about, we get really clear on what your purpose is. And when we know what that purpose is and what your purpose is for doing this campaign, the second P is positioning. We want to get you positioned. both in social media and physically how you're walking into a room or a conversation. A lot of times people don't have consistency in their social media. You can't really tell what they stand for, etc. So to be seen as a leader, to be seen as on purpose is so important. There are massive amounts of statistics as far as why being on purpose is great for your business. Obviously, doing the right thing helps people and planet, but it also helps profit. And one of the reasons for that is because 87% of consumers, customers, and clients, 87% will choose you over the competition when they know that you're on purpose. So we want to get you positioned and seen that way. Once we've gotten you into that positioning, now we start talking about how do we start partnering you. So when we put together a campaign, one of the ways of really spreading the wealth is to find collaboration partners. Now, some people might call them sponsors, but sponsorship is old-fashioned. Traditional sponsorship is, I give you $500 and 3 months from now, my logo is on a banner at the car show or the golf tournament or the gala, and my little goodie is in the bag, and maybe my logo's on the website or in the book. Very passive, and whether the person is sponsoring because they want to help the veterans or whether they are sponsoring because they want to be seen in the public as giving back, whatever the reason is for sponsoring, let's actually help them to be seen. So with the partnership part, imagine, if you will, having 10, 15, 20, 50 of what would have been called a sponsor now as a collaboration partner, and learning how to cross-promote each other. Imagine if the 3 to 6 months leading up to your car show or your golf tournament, in those 3 to 6 months, having thousands, tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of impressions and eyes and people that have seen you and all these different partners. So the partnership part is really yummy when it comes to how we start to have a paradigm shift in how we're doing events with the Purpose Leverage Marketing Campaign. Now, the next P from positioning and partnering is in the promoting. So how are we doing the promoting with all of our partners? How are we getting out there and being seen and being heard? Which leads me to, what are the 3 groups? So whether it's 500, 5,000, 50,000, there are people that you already know, that you've already done business with, your current clients, people in the area, your social media, people you went to high school with, your friends, your family. In other words, all the people that you already know, you, your company, your organization, the people you already know. The fact is, 10% of them every year would be giving you business, whether they're going to hire you to list their house or send you a referral, or they need new insurance, or they want to try your new vitamin. Like 10% of them would be hiring and doing business with you. But the problem is people aren't getting in front of their past clients like they could or should, because imagine if you're a real estate agent, you call Bob up and you say, hey, Bob, you and Mary bought a house for me 2 years ago. I'm just wondering, who do you know that wants to buy a house, or who do you know that's in the market? You don't want to make that call because it's icky and salesy, and Bob doesn't want to receive it. So there's a lot of business that's left on the table because we simply aren't top of mind and in front of our past clients, our current clients, our friends and family. When we have a purpose leverage marketing campaign going on, now we have a reason to reach out. So for example, when I was in real estate, I did an antique car show, and this is how I learned how to do this 18 years ago. And for 7 years in a row, I had that car show, and I could call the title companies, the mortgage, the insurance, the inspectors, my past clients, other real estate agents. Like, I could call all the people that I knew, and I could say, hey, got an antique car show coming up, looking for hot cars, looking for people who love cars, looking for businesses that want to sponsor and support, and also looking for people who want to help the horses, because you know all the money is going to the Live and Let Live farm, and people that want to save the horses, looking for those too. And what would happen is, when I would call all these people, of course I found cars, and I found businesses, and I found people that want to support the horses, but also about 30% of them would say, Cami, I love what you're doing with the horses and everything, My question to you is, what's going on in the market? I've been seeing on the news. I'm just wondering, what could we get for our house? In other words, because I was in front of them, because I had my foot in the door, business happened. And it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have made the calls. And if I didn't have something fun and engaging to call them about, I wouldn't have been calling. So that's the first of the three groups of people. You can literally double your business from your past clients when you have a new way of showing up. The second group of people that you can double, triple, or 10 times your business with a purpose leverage marketing campaign are all these new yummy collaboration partners. So let's stay with the real estate theme, because I was in real estate for 15 years. I did HGTV, House Hunters, and that's just a language I can really speak. And real estate, mortgage, title, insurance, financial services, network marketing, all of them, huge with what I'm talking about right now. So now we've got this campaign and we're doing the car show, and I have 10, 15, 20, 30 other businesses that are all wanting to help the horses. They all want to get involved in the car show and the horses, etc. Imagine if I go around, or you go around, and do a Facebook Live at each one of their businesses and talk about what they're donating for the raffle and why they're getting involved and why they want to help the horses and who they are as business people. And all of us commit to liking, commenting, and sharing each other's Facebook Lives. And we have a list of all the collaboration partners, and we all send it out in emails. And we are all getting engaged with one another. So the first group of people that could double our business with a purpose leverage marketing campaign are the people we already know. But now let's get into talking about our collaboration partners and the thousands and the tens of thousands of people that they're connected to in email, social media, out in the community, etc. Imagine doing a campaign where the flyer has your logo on it and a handful of main sponsors or collaboration partners, and we teach them how to take that flyer, each real estate, each title company, each dog walker, each financial planner, teach them how to go out and promote the event with your logo on the flyer. Thousands of people see you, so you can just imagine how that can double. And you're making relationships with them. You're not just giving money and showing up in 3 months at the car show and setting up a table like we normally have seen. We're actually getting involved in building resources and relationships leading up to the event. So that's the second group of people. The third group of people that this specifically puts you in contact with are your ideal clients. So here's a great example of that. I was doing a campaign with a group called Realtors for Recovery, and they were partnered with the Rotary in the seacoast of New Hampshire. And with the Realtors for Recovery, there was a woman there that said, hey, how do I use this to build my business? And I said, well, who's an ideal client for you? She said, well, I like to do business with people that are in their late 20s, early 30s. They've already got kids. They own a house. But now they're ready to get their next house. They need the next bigger one. So they're selling and they're buying. So in any market, that's a $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 client for her. So I said, here's how you do it. We were doing a diaper drive at the time because this group is associated with helping with the opioid crisis in New Hampshire. And one of the groups that they help are women who are coming off opioids and having babies and cleaning up their lives and becoming a contributing member of society. And you can imagine how when it's already tough to pay rent, it's already tough to buy food, and now you need diapers. So we did a diaper drive to help these ladies out. We ended up gathering up 7,000 diapers for this diaper drive. So I taught this agent, I said, look, take the flyer for this diaper drive and you go where your ideal clients are. So, where are her ideal clients? These people have young kids, 2, 3 kids that are 4, 5, 6, 8 years old. They are at the dojo, the dance place, the Mommy and Me, the Boys and Girls Club, all the schools, all the different places where these families would congregate and do business. I said, take that flyer and go to the dojo owner and say, hey, we're doing this event where we are gathering up diapers for the needy ladies in the area coming off opioids. What we're looking for are some physical brick and mortar locations to have drop-offs so we can let the whole community know if they have extra diapers left over from little Billy, or if they want to go out and buy some diapers, this is a location they can drop them. I'll do a Facebook Live with you, and I'll promote that you and your dojo and your community are giving back. You're being a contribution. And when we do this Facebook Live, all of your people will see what a contribution you are. You've got 300 sets of parents here that can all drop off diapers, and all those parents that have diapers that have never been here can walk in and drop them off because you're a drop-off location and you get the opportunity to build business with them. So think about the strategy of this. This real estate agent is building a relationship with the dojo owner. And that dojo owner knows 8, 10, 12 realtors, and so does every parent that comes in there. But wow, talk about a unique sales proposition. When she does this Facebook Live and he shares it, all those parents and all of his following see her. And then when she goes and does it at the dance studio and at the local coffee shop and at the car dealership, etc., when there's 10 drop-off locations that she's put together a campaign of, and as a matter of fact, I just did this, I'm putting together a case study from a group in Worcester called Positively for Pink. Michelle Power and Positively for Pink help women with breast cancer. And we did a bra drive, and we did the same thing. We had the real estate place, the mortgage, we had a restaurant, we had a spa, and they all had drop-off locations for the bras. And so as we put those together, everybody gets to play together. So think about this real estate agent. She wants to get in front of this specific ideal client. Each of these 3 places has hundreds of her ideal client. And by going in and being the leader and taking initiative and being a part of the solution instead of the problem and putting it out on social media, just imagine the thousands of people that would see her. And, if you're going to be in business for the next 5, 10, 20 years, why not go ahead and become the expert and the authority in your industry right now? Imagine if you had a whole association. Imagine if the whole board of realtors in your area got behind a campaign like this. With Realtors for Recovery being partnered with the Rotary, that's another example of who they can get in front of. There's a dozen Rotaries in any given area that they can get on the stage of talking about what they're doing and being seen by all of these people. So, people you already know, all your collaboration partners and the tens of thousands of people they know, and getting in front of the ideal client. These are the 3 different massive groups of people, and any one of those first 7, ideal clients, recruiting, social media, leveraging your time, any one of those, getting a strategic strategy around it is another way that you can double your business. So with all the P's, starting with purpose, going into position, partnering, and then into the promoting, the last P is the payoff. And the payoff is influence, impact, and income while we're being inspired. So, no matter who you are in the world, to have resources, relationships, and revenue, influence, impact, income, these are all really, really important things. And the reason why this all came to light for me was when I wrote Mingle to Millions, the art and science of building business relationships, I gave an analogy of the difference between networking and net webbing. Let me explain. You'll see that I wear a lot of spiders and I talk about net webbing. So here's the analogy. When we go out to networking events, we see the same stereotypes, archetypes over and over. There's the guy or gal that's giving a card to everybody. Everybody they pass by, here's my card, here's my card. They're spraying those cards. They are spraying and praying something will happen. They walk up to a group of people, don't even know anybody's name, just giving everybody a card. It's really quite repelling and awkward. You don't know them, they don't know you, you don't even know their name, they're just spraying their cards everywhere. Those are the skunks because they're spraying and praying. The second type of archetype is the one that's grabbing a card from everybody. Hey, you got a card? You got a card? Let me grab your card. They go around to all the tables at the expo and the trade show, and they grab a card, grab a card, grab a card. They leave with that big stack of cards that they squirrel away so they can go back and put you on their boring email list, and they friend you on Facebook, but God forbid you actually want to be friendly and have a cup of coffee. Those are the squirrels. And then there are the dun, 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 dun. Hey, try my product, join my business, sign my contract. Those are obviously the sharks. So when I speak of this on stages, I always get roaring laughter because we all can identify. We have all seen the skunk, the squirrel, the shark, and actually even now I've added another one, the sloth, the one that's just sitting around doing nothing, just on their phone. And the fact is, I have been all three, skunk, squirrel, shark, all in one night, spraying, grabbing, being assertive and aggressive. And the fact is, if we don't want to be all of those different archetypes, what do we want to be? Well, I present to you that you consider being a spider. Because think about what a spider does. She, he, they are very strategic and savvy. The spider creates connections. And as those connections are crisscrossing, the spider creates a net web. And when the spider has their net web, spiders don't chase or hunt or assertively attack. They create their web and they sit back and wait for that which they want to come to them. It's a much more strategic way of being. So that's why purpose leverage marketing is so powerful. It gives you the strategy so that you can show up with a purpose. When we set intention before we go to an event, when we set intention of how we can get in front of our ideal client, when we set intention and then pay attention to our body language, pay attention to what we're saying and how we're saying it. When we set intention, pay attention, we can create the retention of the resources, the relationships, and the revenue that rock. And that is why purpose leverage marketing is such a powerful way, whether it's an individual person, whether it's the whole office, whether it's a whole company, or whether it's a whole association. Think about that which you are wanting to be seen as in the world. Do you want to be seen as a leader? Do you want to create brand loyalty in your community? Do you want to recruit top talent? Did you know that right now 50% of our workforce are millennials? And by 2025, 75% of the people working in this country are going to be millennials. And the reason that's important is 62% of them won't even work for a company that's not on purpose. And 56% of them will work for less money to work for and with a company that's on purpose than one that's not. And the reason why that's so important to you is that when you want to recruit the top talent, when you want to attract the right teammates, the right staff, the right volunteers, etc., when you are known to be on purpose, you have the right leverage. So that's why I created the Purpose Leverage Marketing campaigns. I saw a need several years ago in the marketplace as I was talking to so many people. I love to get out and meet a lot of people and net web. And as I was out net webbing, I met all these people who, there's three huge groups of people that I would meet. One were those that wanted to give back. They wanted to be a contribution. They wanted to spend more money and time being a philanthropist, but they felt like they needed to make more money. Like they had to wait until they had a certain amount of money before they could step up and really help like they wanted to. And those people were kind of suffering because they weren't living into their purpose. They weren't making the contribution that they wanted to. Then way over here on the other side were these people who were doing so much. They were giving so much. I think of this one person every time I say this, who had a car, a van actually donated by Microsoft. Van was donated to a group of these teenagers to help them get around and do what they were doing in their cause. But he himself, his own car was breaking down. His own child was going hungry. He was suffering and struggling. So in other words, there's so many people that are doing so much good for others. They're spending so much of their resources and relationships and revenue on helping that they themselves are struggling because they don't know how to partner the two things. They don't know how to partner their passion with their profession to make money while they make a difference. And the third group of people are all of those of you who are sitting on boards. You sit on the board of this and that, or you're doing a lot of volunteering, and maybe you're doing a lot of networking. You're meeting a ton of people, but it's not with a concerted strategy so that you can leverage. When we really, really, really want to help the kids and the puppies and the veterans and all the wonderful organizations out there that need our help, when we really want to help them, when we can learn how to partner and promote with each other in a very strategic, savvy way, now we're helping. We're helping people, we're helping planet, we're helping profit. When we learn how to position, partner, and promote with a purpose leverage marketing campaign, the world opens up. My name is Cami Baker, CamiBaker.com, author of Mingle to Millions. It would be my honor to serve you and your community to help you double, triple, or 10 times your production and become more profitable. Thank you.